proceed.
Raccoons. These enigmatic little creatures have always enjoyed a wide variance of perception across different civilizations and cultures. To Americans, they are scavengers, hunting through their trash or making themselves as fat asses in Disney classics. To Europeans, they are broken-nosed characters who go around space with a white dog to fight off pink evil people. And to Japanese, they are part of a Studio Ghibli classic that are famously noted for using their testicles in a liberal manner. By the way, this cartoon is called Pompoko and it's absolutely awesome. However, in my part of the world, there aren't many in the way of raccoons, so my first opinion and perception of them has been nothing short of pure, unadulterated anger and hatred aimed toward them, thanks to one game in particular. Comic Bakery. In this game, you play as a French bakery chef who I like to call Chef Henri, whose bakery apparently has a bunch of massive gaping holes in it because it's being completely besieged and overrun by raccoons. The goal of the game is to finish as many loaves of bread as possible before the time runs out at 5 or 4 a.m. Now, on the top of the screen you'll notice that there are the regular things like the score and the lives and etc. However, there is also a mini-map that shows your location in the map and shows the progress of the bread you bake along the conveyor belt. It passes through 3 yellow machines. Whenever one of the machines starts blinking red, that means it's busted and you have to go fix it. Now on the right there's a truck that counts the number of loaves of bread you have to finish. On the bottom of the minimap there is a clock that counts down to 5 or 4 a.m. By that time you should have completed at least 4 or 5 loaves of bread in order to win the level. Now, standing in the way between you and hot crust bun freshness are raccoons who happen to be complete total bastards. And I really mean it. These raccoons are complete bastards because their main purpose isn't to steal your food, which would be understandable. No, they just want to stop you from baking your bread. Now note that they actually wiggle their tails to destroy your bread and to stop your machines from working as well. Now they attack you from 3 different directions, from the top railing, on the floor, and even inside the machines. And they try to assail you on foot, which leads you to discover that your chef is a complete woman, since one touch will lead them bouncing away in disgust and doing an exclamation mark, which I think would be a woman's shriek if they had the processing power to do it back then. So to fight back, your chef can either jump over the raccoons who are attacking on the ground by pressing up, or by shooting a sonic wave, which I assume is his womanly shriek, by pressing the spacebar and front for the ones who are attacking on the ground, or by spacebar and up for the ones who are attacking from the railings on top of you. Now, as the game progresses, the raccoons usually start jumping away from these beams, so it gets tougher and tougher to outmaneuver them. And don't forget, the raccoons also attack from the inside of the machines in order to shut them down. Now you have to keep reactivating the machines by walking to the busted ones and pulling the lever. This way you have to keep the conveyor belt moving and moving in order to finish all the breads on time before 4 a.m. Whenever you finish a level, you're treated to a cutscene that shows you entering a small eatery and serving your eager customers the bread you completed. Apparently, plain bread was all the craze back in 1984. If you completed the quota, everybody smiles and you're complimented by an owl who likes hanging out at bakeries in broad daylight in the midst of humans. Should you lose, however, you get slightly disappointed customers and another exclamation mark from the owl, which is, I assume, the owl version of a woman's shriek. And that's really it about this game. There are only really 2 levels in the game and 2 different songs to listen to. It just keeps repeating itself over and over and getting harder with each time. You see, in video game history I like to think of things as before Nintendo and after Nintendo. Before Nintendo, the construct of games was different from after Nintendo. They weren't really games, they were just things people happened to play on a computer. This game is one of them. It's a bare bones little nice game that's nice to play in every short burst or so, but in the end it's not very memorable. In fact, the only reason that it will probably stay in my memory forever is the fact that it forever scarred me with a burning hatred for raccoons. Damn you. You're lucky I live in a desert country.